My name is Fifi Mbogho from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. I am from an organization called Nafasi Art Space, an organization which really strives to enrich human potential through the medium of contemporary art. At Nafasi, I manage the visual arts department, which is basically the history and one of the programs that really take over the entire organization, it being the main program and all. In the visual arts department, there are a lot of sub-departments that are in there, including the Nafasi Academy, which is a program that we started in 2020, a program that is catered towards enriching aspiring artists and art practitioners into the field of contemporary art. We also have our memberships and residencies program where we get members of our community to interact with residents from different countries, so it's more of a knowledge and artistic exchange. We also have our galleries where we have exhibitions, four group exhibitions every year, and we also have our Nafasi Film Club together with the Nafasi Digital Art Lab. Deconfining, I think, is one among the first few programs since I actually joined in Nafasi, where there is one intercultural and intercontinental exchange and intercultural exchange, which is something really great and that we look forward to. And the fact that with Deconfining we actually chose the medium of video art is great because video art is something new in the contemporary art scene in Tanzania. Not a lot of people do video art, and I think it will be a really nice opportunity and a really great platform for artists who are interested in exploring and in experimenting in video art to take this chance and actually explore more. One other thing that I should say is really interesting is the intercultural exchange, which so far from my stay here has been really great, really amazing, and with a lot of dialogues and different contexts, learning different contexts of art, and really seeing now how I think to further innovate and join forces into actually creating a much more viable and a much stronger contemporary art scene. For me, I think my biggest expectation will be artistic growth and more collaborations and partnerships in the future, because I believe that one partnership, and especially with organizations and institutions with similar objectives, with similar interests, can go a long way. Because I believe that Deconfining is just the beginning, and in the future there will be so much more that we can share upon, including festivals and more exchange programs rather than just residencies. I think we could even get to a point where we could do curatorial and research residencies, because I believe that we are somewhat aligned towards the same goal. Yeah, it's been a really invigorating experience seeing all this new, for me it's actually new innovations and the use of technology in art, which is something that on our end we're still growing. So it's been really motivating and captivating seeing how much these artists are and how much work is done and how much the innovation is. So really I am looking forward into seeing much development. My biggest difficulty with the visa process was, one, not really being able to get a quick appointment, because sadly for me it was, based on the experience that I got, it was more of who do you know that can help you do a certain thing, and not really going through the system, which is a little bit sad, because not just thinking for myself, but then also thinking for other people out there, right? Artists who are looking for opportunities, organizations who are looking for chances, and not just in one embassy, but then different embassies. That a little bit, in a way, makes it a little hard for people to focus on the intercontinental exchange, intercultural exchange, which is really sad. And at the same time, being treated as though you're a runaway in your own country, which is something a little bit, disturbing, considering that we had to stay for almost half an hour being interrogated, about our whereabouts, where we're going, what we're going to do, even though we had all the documentation ready. So I know that this is something tough, but I think this is also something to prepare ourselves that, whatever it is that we think about, maybe we think that, the world out there could be kind. Some people are kind, some people are not, so we should be ready to expect anything. The culture, that is one. It's a really rich culture. And from my first time being in Europe, the other thing that I'll take back with me is the representation of art. We work in this old warehouse. And initially, our thought is that you have to beautify something, for it to be attractive, to make people want to come and see. But then sometimes it's also about what is the experience you're trying to give people. And with the experience of survival, this time using an old tram station, really embracing that history into the nuances, I think that is something very interesting and something that I'll definitely be taking home with me. For me, it's still a new experience. So apart from, I think, the paperwork difficulties that I had, so far, as I said, this is my first country, my first European country to be in. So far, it hasn't been difficult. I've been able to, merge into the community. And there wasn't once where I felt like I was completely different. But then that is also still something to be discussed. And I think we'll see what the future holds.